For this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to do a curvature front and sides with a brick lay back. This roller set is designed for the client that likes to wear a half bang and then the rest of the hair straight back. We'll begin by measuring 1 full length of a roller along the front hairline. Put your finger on, 1 diameter plus the length back, and put your thumb, curved part, we are creating a horseshoe shape. So from the front hairline middle again, 1 length of a long roller, and continue your shape. I will then turn my mannequin around and comb this shape forward and check my balance. It does need to be a horseshoe shape. It needs to be rounded. And using a long beige roller, 1 diameter plus the length back, a full length, and a full length of a roller across the front. Secure that section. And we'll secure with a clip. Both sides will be the same. Along this part, I am going to measure the full length of a long roller, put my finger on, and I am going to do a curved shape that comes in just behind the ear. And bring this hair forward. It should clear the top of the ear when that hair comes forward. To check if your C shape is large enough, from the temple, stand your roller up, 1 diameter, back, 1 length. So diameter plus the length, full length from the top part. Just going to bring the ends around and clip. You can use a jaw clip. I'm just going to secure with a single prong or double prong clip. On the other side, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So along the part, 1 length of a long roller, put your finger on, and then make a C shape that comes in just behind the ear. Making sure that when the hair comes forward, it clears the top of the ear. I will check the size of my shape by going 1 diameter plus the length back. I will bring my ends around and secure with the clip. The remaining back section, when you measure across the top, it should be really close to the length of a long roller. It might be slightly longer, slightly smaller, but it should be fairly close. So the remainder of this hair, I am just going to bring together and secure with a clip. I will be doing curvature front and sides, brick lay back. To begin the curvature on the top, I am going to move my mannequin so that I am on the right side of the mannequin. You can bring that head towards you. We are going to start to subsection our top section. This is for a client who wants a bang that goes from left to right. So I'm going to comb the hair from left to right. Again, using my long beige rollers. Along the outside, I am going to measure a diameter and a half base size, and I will part from the middle of the front hairline. So from a point at the middle of the front hairline, I will part back to that diameter and a half. So 1.5 diameters from the center of the forehead. These sections will be triangular partings. Again, diameter and a half. Your second one, instead of going right to the front hairline, you will move a 1/4 inch back. Still a triangle shaped base. Part back to your diameter and a half. Clip that hair out of the way. Again, measure 1.5 diameters. Your third section comes from the exact same point as your second. Triangle section. Both roller 2 and 3 come from the same point. Clip this out of the way. What you have left should be very close to a diameter and a half. Might be slightly more, might be slightly less. I'm going to clip this section down because that's the direction it will be rolled. So if we look at our sections, the first one comes from the center, diameter and a half. The second one, 1/4 inch back, diameter and a half. Third one, same point as the second one, diameter and a half. And then what you have left is your fourth. Before we subsection the sides, we will apply the rollers to these 4 sections. Starting with the first section that you subdivided, all 4 of these rollers are going to be placed half off base. Stand equal to your base parting and comb that hair 90 from the center of the section and also 90 from the back of your shape. Let the hair move off the front hairline. Apply your roller. Again, keep your hair wet. Your ends will stick to the rollers much easier. Smooth that hair on your roller and roll down to your base. Sitting half on, half off its base. I am going to clip from the front along the part, making sure not to clip that hair. For this roller, I can also put a clip at the back to secure my roller. I'm going to move so that I'm standing equal to my next base parting. Again, I want this roller half off base. So 90 from the center of the base, and make sure that the hair is being combed up straight up 90 from the back of your section. Okay, standing equal to your base. Get that hair smoothly wrapped around your roller. roll it down so that it is sitting half on, half off the part. Clip from the front or from your point. Again, I need to move so that I'm standing equal to my next base. My next base is here. It is not the outside of my shape. Half off base. So 90 from the center of the base and 90 straight up from the back of the section. It's okay to see hair move off the point. Smooth that hair around your roller. Half on, half off its base, and clip at the front hairline. My last roller will sit equal to the front hairline. So I need to move again so that I am standing equal to the hairline. This is what is going to give the bang. 90 from the center of the base. Make sure that that roller rolls right down to the hairline. And clip along your part. We're now going to go to the side. Both sides are the same, so it doesn't matter which side you go to next. My first section is going to be 1 diameter at the front, 1 diameter at the back. So I am going to part 1 diameter to 1 diameter, giving me a rectangle shape base. This roller is now going to be on base tool position. So now comb it 45 degrees above the center of the base and 90 from the back, and apply your roller. Smooth that hair. Again, the wetter the hair is, the better it will stick to your rollers. Clip from the front along your part. Now from here, I am going to part off my 4th roller. I'm going to move a 1/4 inch in from the hairline and do a diagonal back line to the top of the ear. That will be my 4th roller. Now I have 1 large triangle left. I'm going to subdivide this triangle into 2 from a single point, having a little more hair in the top than in the bottom. If I'm to measure, this should be diameter and half of a beige roller. Your bottom part of that section should be very close to diameter and a half of a gray roller. These 3 are now half off base. Again, standing equal to your base parting, 90 from the center of the base and 90 from the back of your shape. Half on, half off the base. Again, you will clip from the front of this section. Now your 3rd roller, we will change diameters. Your base parting for your 3rd roller is this diagonal part behind the ear. right? So we need to make sure that we are combing the hair 90 above that parting. Using a smaller diameter roller, which in this case is going down to gray, or it could be a yellow roller. They are the same diameter, just different color. This roller should tuck right in behind the ear on a diagonal back line. My last roller at the hairline will also be a smaller diameter, the gray or the yellow. Want to comb that hair back at 90, and we are going to roll this towards the face. You will clip from the top of your section. So we have nice curvature. On the other side, we will do the exact same thing. And using your larger diameter, one diameter at the front, one diameter at the back, making a rectangle shape. This roller is on base, so 45 degrees above the center of the base, and roll your roller down, and we will clip again at the front. So after I have applied this roller, I am going to subdivide for my fourth roller, 1/4 inch back, diagonal back line that comes to the top of the ear. If you're going to measure this size, your smaller diameter should be approximately 1.5 diameters. Clip that section out of the way. What you have left is a large triangle that you're going to subdivide into 2 smaller triangles from this point. A little more on the top than on the bottom, because we're going to use larger diameter into the smaller diameter. Both sections should be approximately 1.5 diameter of your roller. Half off base now, 90 from the center of the base, making sure that you're combing that hair equal from your base parting. And roll down to your base. Hold, and again, I will clip from the front of your roller. The remaining 2 rollers are going to be gray, smaller diameter, half off base. The first one coming in on a diagonal just behind the ear. Still half off base, but changing roller size. So this should tuck right in behind the ear, clip from the front. The last roller will sit equal to the front hairline. Comb it back and roll it towards the face. Again, smaller diameter roller. And you will clip from the top. So that is your curvature front and sides. Now in the back, we will continue with a brick lay pattern. So at the top of your section, and your larger diameter rollers measure 1.5 diameters, and we're going to make a triangle section that comes from the corner of this top section. Make a triangle, cut the point off to give you a trapezoid shape. Again, on base. Comb that hair 45 degrees above the center of the base. Smooth hair onto your roller and roll it in to your base. Again, if the hair is not sticking, more water. Slide your clip along the bottom. So again, brick lay, I am going to divide down the center, and I will measure 1.5 diameter of my larger roller again, 1.5 to 1 diameter at the outside. So it's going to give me a diagonal back line. On base still, 90 above the center. Clip from the front or the top of your roller. I will have the same on the other side. I already have my 1.5 diameter here. I want 1 diameter here. 1.5 to 1, so that I am going with the curve of the head. On base, 45 degrees above the center of the base. Again, I'm going to clip on the outside. My roller should be touching at the center back. I'm going to continue to brick lay using my larger diameter rollers and 1.5 diameter at the center of the section to 1 diameter at the outside to keep a curved up shape. So 1.5 to 1. So I will section out 1.5 to 1 and gives a curved shape that follows the curve of the head. I will section out the entire section before I start to subdivide. And then, because it's brick lay, I'm going to start with 1 roller in the center, and I'm going to start with a long roller. Measure out the length of the long roller, still on base tool position, 45 degrees above the center of the base to create maximum volume. on the outside, because I have a smaller section, it's not long enough to fit a long roller, I'm going to use a short. Still the same diameter, it is just a shorter length to better fit in the space that I have. Again, clip on the outside, let that clip slip inside your other roller. And again, on this side, I will do the same thing, a short roller. On base, and again, I'm going to clip on the outside, and then I'm just going to let that clip sit inside my other roller. Go back to my center back. And now, if I look to where I'm going to line up, I'm now down to my smaller diameter rollers on the sides, so I'm going to switch to the smaller diameter at the back. Still going to measure a diameter and a half at the center to 1 diameter at the outside to keep a curved up shape. To conform to the curve of the head, we're always going to go less than what we have at the center back. Again, because I'm bricklaying, I have 1, I have 2, I have 1, which means I have to start with a split and 2 rollers on this row. I'm going to start with a long roller. Now, I've changed roller diameter. I'm also going to change tool position to half off base, which means I'm going to go 90 from the center of my base, so that I'm going to start to create reduced volume as we work down the head. Again, this section is too small for a long roller, so I will use a short gray, which again is the same diameter. It is only a different length. I will go to the other side. Begin with the long roller. Half off base tool position now, which means 90 from the center of the base. And I am going to fit a short gray roller in this space. Just going to maneuver that clip inside. Apply my clip on the outside of this roller, and again, just move it so it sits inside the previous roller. Go back to my center back. I'm going to put my head position forward, and I'm going to look and see what I have left for hair. Now, I've got 2 full diameters. Okay, so I'm going to measure 1 diameter at the center because it's too much for 1 row, but it's not enough to divide with a diameter and a half. So I will go 1 diameter at the center to a half a diameter at the outside. As long as I'm going less than what I have at the center to keep a curved up section. Keeping with my bricklay pattern, I will start in the center with a long roller, half off base, 90 from the center, and rolled in to the base. Okay, another long roller on the other side, half off, 90 from the center. Again, maneuver so that the clip sits inside. Clip on the outside of this section. Move to the other side and one more long roller on this side. And my last row, I will part in the center, and because of the size of my section, I will do a long roller and a short roller, and a long roller and a short roller on the other side.